Hello.
Hello.
I'm Bao, and this is Jason.
And welcome to Egg Quest, our wonderful channel with absolutely no content at the moment, but
Yes.
that will change inevitably.
And today's first topic for our first episode is
The June 2nd Kong TV episode, titled A Bit Overambitious, A very fitting title for that episode. Lots of interesting, well, it wasn't a lot of interesting, it was, never mind, yeah. There's just a lot of decisions that were made that could have foreseen, but we didn't, and the episode didn't come out the way we wanted it to.
it felt very rushed, and there was not a lot of climactic moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very sad. But that's what we're talking about. And I don't know why, but I was going to say, here's a word for our sponsors. We don't have sponsors. I'm rolling off of utter nonsense.
We do not have sponsors.
Nope. But if there was to be a sponsor, it would be apples. Now this apple hasn't grown much, but eat your apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the episode. We spent lots and lots and lots of time planning out the episode. It was great. We spent many hours in the library
Writing the script. Because I was helping writing the script, and it was a little too ambitious.
Yeah, looking back, it didn't seem like it was the biggest thing ever. I mean, considering that there was 6 planned acts there, I think you should have realized, hey, maybe this is a bit much for the episode. Like the scope and scale, considering like the other episodes, like Jason's off his meds, that one, the Lake Meridian one, the Beach Day episode, that one, and the Clark Lake. Should have really reeled in like the whole like episode concept to the format that would, be more timely.
Yeah. And we spent like more than half of our time just writing the script, and there was not much filming, so that felt really rushed as well. I think we crammed the bedroom scene in like a day. So
I think it was the Sunday before.
yeah, it was.
So it was May 31st, and I was just recording that night. Like I got all of the bathroom sequences that night, and then like that morning I filmed me walking out of the door, and I think sliding out of the bathroom to grab my backpack and walking down the hall, and then the keys. So time management wise,
it was horrible.
yeah.
Yeah. Which it was my first time writing a script and helping film, so it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think
Well, not your script writing, but just the scope we went for was so.
yeah. We went
so
from
big.
we went for like a movie kind of.
It was a short film,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because that would fit better for this channel.
This
not
channel,
really Kong
Egg
TV.
Quest.
Um,
But for Kong TV, that was not good. It was.
It could have possibly worked out if we didn't have to like cram. So we have to cram or put all the announcements in the first 5 minutes of every video so that after so that teachers can get all their news and stuff and they can leave if they want. And so I learned that the Monday, I learned that the Monday that we were editing the whole thing, and we're still filming that day too.
Yeah.
So
it was really rushed.
Yeah, but
Personally, for me, I wanted the Kong TV to be like a movie kind of, but then adding like commercial breaks as like the announcements. Yeah. But yep.
That is like a really good idea. Injecting it as like announcements or ad breaks or something. I was just thinking of it as like a retention thing because people would be like, okay, maybe they start to lull off at like the end of a segment. Boom! Announcement. Here's what horticulture's doing next week, or you know that the end of the semester's happening, the grades that never happened.
Yeah.
I would have been really easy to film. That just never, ever happened. That's okay.
It was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
And my third period, when I was watching it in third period, my classmates, after the Kong TV was done, he was like, this was not it. And I was like, I felt so angry because our vision was good. It's just, we felt so rushed. And also, there's like requirements from the class that we have to put in there. So it's not like free for all. Like we can do how we envision it. So, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yep.
That hurts. Okay.
Yeah, that hurt. Because I was like, oh.
He loved my team stuff.
Yeah. He was like, that was not it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, lesson learned.
Yeah.
So.
I think if we were to redo everything there,
Yeah.
I think we should have shortened down the script by like cutting out 2 entire acts or something, or I don't know, maybe we could have spun it off to be something more original, because
Yeah.
I think when we were writing, since Val had seen the movie at that point in time,
Yeah.
I was kind of following the whole like plot structure of the movie, like he wakes up, he's like, well, he goes through the first cycle, he's like, okay, and then he goes to sleep, wakes up, he's like, what's going on? And then
I didn't watch Groundhog Day, so I was just going what he was telling me, and I had ideas to like modify it a little bit, but it was still too much, and like even if we took some part out, it felt like empty. So yeah.
just wish short, really, truly.
I wish we had like more freedom when it comes to doing the episode, because the teacher, he wanted the announcement to go a specific way. And
it's just how we have to do things. I didn't realize that the longer episodes we had to put it, considering the length and how much footage we had, we just had to.
And I feel like when we did the dolly zoom, it felt so not professional. It was like really shaky, and I think that we could have done better with that.
Oh, the cinematography.
Yeah, I feel like should have done better, but
That's something we can.
lesson learned. Yeah.
We can definitely do better next time.
Yeah.
We earlier in the year, I forgot which episode it was. I think it was for one of the other episodes. We were trying to film the Zoom, and that failed completely. So yeah, we're gonna go on a quick intermission here shortly. I will project my voice.
Yes. So, moving on to cinematography.
Yep. There was lots of. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
There was lots of ambition there, like with the dolly zoom. That's a really difficult shot to achieve without the right equipment. Like I remember, I don't remember what episode it was for, but I remember wanting to try and film a shot with the dolly zoom. So I started testing different rigs, like a chair. Well, so it was a whole process. I tried using one of those swiveling chairs. I tried putting a camera with a tripod on that and then pulling it back to get the effect. But the issue was the wheels weren't like facing backwards. They weren't facing the direction of which I was pulling it. So the wheels would spin, and then that would shake the camera, and then it wouldn't be as good an effect. And then I tried it with a normal chair and just pulling it back, but that was too jittery. And then I tried using a cart, and the same issue with the wheels, with like if it's not facing the right direction, pulling back. But when I did that, it still just didn't like work because pulling it was still kind of shaky. And then at the end of class, I was told that we have a tripod with wheels that we could do that with. It's like, oh, okay. And so I tried that, and that still didn't work because the wheels. So for the time being, we gave up. And then later, we tried again, and I realized that we can just do a digital zoom. Like we can just film with the camera, back up, and then I zoom in and post.
Yeah.
Which works, but
it works, but it felt like jittery.
Yeah.
Cause I was filming the backing up, and it like my hands are not gonna be like stable because I have to step back and back. So it was a little jiggly. So when I saw that, I was like, could have done better. But lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Yep.
Yeah.
I have to say the other dolly zoom inside the classroom is way better because
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so the only difference we did that time was we had one person pulling the camera rig, and we had another person hit the record button and hit the record button to start it and stop it, so that we could get just two separate people working on that and making, I guess, it easier to do. It was way better. Unfortunately, the camera did shake off, and like it looked kind of janky there.
Yeah.
And the lighting in the room at that time, it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
We'll fix the lighting, hopefully, or maybe we'll suffer with lighting throughout the next few shorts. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
We'll try to do better than
Yeah.
Conk TV. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a little better because we won't like just stuff in advertisement out of nowhere. Maybe a few ads, but that's just how YouTube works.
Yeah.
But I feel like we will do better because we learn from that experience. Yeah.
Taking our experience from there and moving
Yeah.
it here.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do the
And-
Hawkers thing. This to this. This to this. This to this. It's not Avatar then.
Avatar bending.
No, like the blue people. That Avatar.
the blue
James
people.
Cameron.
The Smurfs.
Too fast.
The Smurfs, but they're like long. So, would that be even considered Smurf?
No.
They'll be Lurf.
Lurf.
Because they're large. So, but they're blue, so.
So are you
Lurf?
saying because they're big and blue, they're Smurfs?
Yeah,
That's not how Smurfs work.
but they're blue.
Okay. So if I were blue, would you call me a Smurf?
Yes, because
Why?
you're wearing the beanie too. Just change it to a white beanie and he's a Smurf. No, he's a Lurf because he's tall. But if he's short, then I'll call him a Smurf.
So if you were blue, I could call you a Smurf.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
Back on topic.
back on topic. I feel like I really like the last shot that we did. Well, they did. Him and Michael, because when they were like riding the bike to the elementary school, I really liked the shot where they were like biking away or like out of the frame. But sadly, it was not included because it was too
Never
long.
included that.
Yeah, it was.
My goodness.
Yeah.
There's so much cut content from
Yeah.
that episode. I wish I could make like a director's cut of that.
Yeah,
That would be incredible.
but I really like the cinematography of that because it felt really like high school, just like biking away.
Oh, like that classic
Yeah, like-
80s
Yeah, like the
Kind of.
classic 80s.
ending where they just ride off into the sunset
Yeah,
on their bikes, of course, because
yeah,
not everyone has like a car or something. That's great. And I was looking through. It's kind of off topic, but I saw Breakfast Club on Netflix. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, I've heard of Breakfast Club.
Okay, yeah. I looked at the preview that they were showing there.
Mhm.
Wow, this movie's so 80s,
Mm.
and it came out in 1985.
Ooh.
So that feeling that you're talking about, where like it feels super nostalgic, well, not nostalgic, just retro. Hi.
Hi.
There was some technical difficulties, but they have been solved. Breakfast Club.
Yes,
Jason
Jason recently saw that Breakfast Club was on Netflix.
Yes. It has that talking about the bike at my old elementary school, Meadow-Ridge. We filmed. So in Act 6, there's a scene after I realize. Well, it's after the end of Act 5 where I head home. I was supposed to push people out of the way. Like, there's supposed to be an announcement at the end of that act. And then I was supposed to leave, get in the car, get home, slam the door on Michael, he crashes out, and then all that was supposed to happen. No. Well, there was supposed to be a scene where I biked to Kentwood,
Yeah.
and we used my elementary school. For some reason, it doesn't make much sense in retrospect.
Well, it's because it kind of resembles Kentwood in
yeah,
a way.
yeah.
But yeah, I really like the cinematography that was being done there. It felt really high school, and Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to those movies where
Yep.
that time in the 80s where everyone, high schoolers, rode their bikes to school
Yeah.
because that was safe. And,
Yeah.
you know, you can't do that anymore.
And I was the one that recommended it.
Yes.
Because it felt like a nice way to end off the Kong TV episode. Yeah.
That was a really good show. It was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will use those ideas for Egg Quest for this channel.
Yes. We'll actually execute them
Yeah.
to the fullest of our abilities.
Yes.
Because we have the time.
Yes. And we can learn as we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it might be a little rough at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think we will get better over time. As we said, we've learned from our experiences on Kong TV, filming, and all that. So we'll plan out our stuff. We'll actually,
Yeah.
hopefully, film with a coherent plot.
Yeah.
And good cinematography. Like,
Yeah.
something I wanted to do
Mhm.
that episode was like use a whole lot more interesting shots. I mean, we did use the dolly zoom. We did use it twice,
Yeah, we used it twice.
which, more interesting shots, yes,
Yes.
but more interesting shots. No. I don't even think that
What?
whole bit what I just said there made any sense, but I wanted more unique shots than
Yeah.
like medium close up, still shot with people talking. We kind of tried to do that, and I kind of tried to follow the 180-degree rule, like the dialogue scene there at the end where I sit down and I'm talking to Val. But the issue was that the camera was completely in the wrong spot. I don't know why I had it over my shoulder. What we should have done is we should have had Val and I here on the table. Instead of putting the camera like right here between us, I should have put it on the other side of the table so that you could see the both of us talking, so you could get both of our faces. And
Yeah.
then when one of us was talking, we could just swap the camera to over the shoulder. But
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Yep.
Yeah.
What else? What else was there?
Also, we watched Obsession on one of the days that we were script writing, so I wanted to add some Obsession elements in there, but
That never came to fruition.
no, that didn't really make it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What were we gonna add? I remember what that was.
I think I was gonna add like the dialogue when Nikki was in the restaurant. There.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I'm just saying no. Yeah, but it never made it into the cuts. Yeah.
It would have been a very timely release.
Yeah. But I really do want to film a horror skit, or try to, because I know it's hard to do that on a budget, especially. But I really want to challenge myself and us using the ability of
two incredibly amateur filmmakers.
yes.
So we'll try. I think we have we do have great ideas.
Yeah.
We just need to execute.
Yeah. And bring them to life.
Yeah. Better than the last on TV episode.
Yeah. Because I feel like we shot really good scenes. It's just the editing was rushed. Because, yeah, it was only in one day,
Yeah.
and they had to upload it the next day during second period, so it felt really rushed.
Yeah. I think if we started scripting earlier,
Yeah.
and then we finished the script earlier and started filming a considerable amount before the
Yeah.
episode was due, I wouldn't have to actually like edit everything on Monday, because we have like all of the 2 weeks to edit and everything, to film and edit and everything. And I just, for me specifically, it always came down to me editing everything all like for the whole school day on Monday,
Yeah.
which is not what the other teams did, but that's what I did. So
And fun fact, I couldn't help him because I was not in Conti.
no,
I just helped write the script. And filming.
yep.
And, yeah. I feel like I would have cooked if I was editing.
Editing.
Yeah,
Edit.
yeah, I do.
You didn't use Premiere Pro.
No,
What?
other apps, but I do know how to edit, like the basics.
CapCut.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's.
Wardrobe.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's.
Wardrobe.
How did I not know this? Why didn't you tell me that?
Because there was never a conversation where I would just ring, hey, so I know how to edit.
You're asking about editing programs, and
Yeah.
like I was like, okay. I was thinking, does I use these, or are these gonna be for me to use because I use it, or I wasn't sure.
I mean, I don't know how to edit on the, what is it, Premiere, but I can learn. I mean, it looks really easy when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Because you can just put text, cut it, insert music.
It's
So,
so incredibly like streamlined and simple and stuff. Like
yeah.
my whole video editing journey started. This is once again, well, it's kind of lore, so I guess this is like the establishing episode, so it's fine if I go off a bit on this.
Yeah.
But my whole video editing journey and stuff started in 10th grade, because in my English class, we were told that we would have this for the end of quarter 3. We'd have this big presentation, and we could either make a PowerPoint or make a video. And I was like, whoa, I can make a video? And I thought that would be pretty cool, because I wouldn't have to go up and stand in front of the class and give an incredibly awkward presentation. So I was like, okay, I'll learn, and I'll do that. So keep in mind, at this point, like I said, I have no prior video editing experience. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna have to start learning how to edit videos now, so that by the time when I need to make the actual video rolls around, I can just get that done super quick. So I used my school computer, and I was like, okay, what's the program? Premiere, all right, and then I got that, and then I didn't know what to make. I had literally just no footage for anything else, so I was like, okay, might as well use my Spelunky gameplay, my Spelunky 2 gameplay with Michael, and that's how I created my very first video. I just the very basics, the drag tool, the cut. I slapped on some music. It's great. It's a fantastic video, in my opinion. Well, it's incredibly basic because it's just a compilation, the easiest kind of video. but it was my start. And then I
Yeah.
didn't proceed to make any more videos afterwards.
So that was one time.
Yeah, I made that video in February, and then the project actually rolled around, and I was like, oh, I didn't practice at all. So I proceeded to spend the next 3 weeks learning Premiere Pro, staying
Oh
up,
my gosh.
doing multiple all-nighters. There was one time I just didn't sleep at all that night, and I just was
What?
editing the whole night. And like
That is crazy.
I would record the script for the video, and then I'd listen to it like after like I slept and everything, and I'd be like, wow, this is really bad. You can actually tell that I'm tired when I'm recording this. And so I'd have to re-record that, and by the time I did that, I'd also be tired, but less tired than the last time. So you know, it was okay.
Wow.
And I crammed in. Okay,
Hello.
more technical difficulties. It's
Yes.
a hot day. Battery keeps overheating. Okay.
Besides the point.
Yep. As I was saying.
The lore of Jason.
Yep. I included a whole lot of Evangelion references in that video. Like the bumpers in between segments, because they were formatting it. Like I figured out the exact font and everything for that. It was fun. It was fun making that video, despite me barely sleeping and it never being shown in class.
That's very sad.
Yeah. I had a really good music selection too. But after that, I think that was really good. Like launching point for my whole video editing journey there. Yeah, I think later that summer I made was it 2024? I think it was. Yeah, it was. I made a few more videos, and I decided that like, every project I'd try something new, try to learn something new, instead of build my skill and stuff. And so I kept doing that. Eventually, well, I took video production. I didn't learn any video editing stuff. It was mainly just shot types and stuff. But yeah, Com TV, and I've been editing since spring break,
Wow.
or April of 2023, well, February technically, 2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned lots since then, but I think I can still like refine my editing so that it is like jittery. Kind of feels unpolished, so I want to refine that.
Well, for me, I used to edit when I was little. Very little. Like when I was 10 or 12 or something like that. Like during 5th or 6th grade, I discovered the editing world of TikTok and Instagram.
CapCut?
Yeah. Well, actually, I used another program, but I forgot what it's called. And I also use a program called Video Star. Yeah, and also CapCut. So I've been editing for a long time. But then I stopped when I entered middle school. Like 8th grade. So, yeah. That's the lore.
How many videos do you edit?
I edit a lot. It's not like videos, it's like edits of characters and stuff.
Edits?
Yeah, like edits, like actual edits. And, yeah. I would edit like, it used to be K-pop, and then it was anime, and then it was movies, and just stopped at movies. Never edited again because I didn't have time because I was entering high school. So,
Fairy tale edits.
fairy tale edits?
Yeah.
I think I did like one.
One?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Why?
I just like fairy tale. It's a favorite anime.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites.
One of your favorites.
Yes, I also like Black Clover.
Oh, that's right.
So goated. It's so underrated.
I think the second season's coming soon.
Yes.
It's a shame. It's a check for that.
Yes. And I recently bought chapter 28 of the book.
Nice.
Anything else to add or talk about, Jason?
I think we covered all of our grievances about the episode.
Yep.
Very wave-esque manner. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. But I
It's
think
very chill.
that's it.
That's it
The first podcast.
for the first podcast.
We'll probably do more of these retrospective, look back kind of podcasts with a whole lot. Yeah.
Skits and films, short films.
So for that, so there's probably going to be a whole lot more flow too, considering that we're filming this 20 days after the episode aired.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, so we kind of forgot some stuff.
Yeah, so if we can see the most,
If there's any feedback on what we can do better, you can comment below.
yes, please,
Yes.
we're new and learning.
And if you like our talk, you can subscribe.
Yes,
Like.
for more podcasts.
Yeah.
Skits.
And stay tuned for our skits, because I'm really excited for that.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Truly fantastic. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Scuba.